Tell me, is it whack up in the air? Rapping scattered off the gear. I can map him, yeah, he is like a tracker. Get distracted, send him back like in the mail. Not a fraction of them real. Catch him lacking, run the drill. Running through the shit like a motherfucking dage.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This time I'm tackling the rear cradle. Xavier has painted it. It's all looking nice and shiny black. Got the two dual caliper rear setups done. And yeah, I'm going to put it all together. I've got the Gktech adjustable arms in this box here. So I'm going to get all that sorted, hopefully have it all together with two wheels on it and put it in the car. I just said that. I'm going to put it in the car on this episode. Tom's like, mate, you're dreaming. It's not happening. It'll be cool because if that goes in the car, then it'll force me to do the front end as well so that it balances out. Because if you do one, I've got like two rims sitting on there at the moment to try and balance it out. But yeah, you don't want to have the car this bare and just weight up one end. It will do a backflip or a front flip. So Tom's going to be over here working on the R32, which you would have seen on the episode from last week. And yeah, that thing's coming along. It's probably going to start it in about 10 minutes. Nah. But yeah, I'm going to get stuck into this cradle. Super pumped. That came out so good. It's got the strengthening kit in there if you didn't see on the other episode. Yeah, but it's kind of bad though that everything that's painted looks really good, and then the things that aren't painted just stand out and look like shit. So I'll probably give them a squirt at some stage. Anyway, let's start putting it together. I might move over there with some bits more space. This is all coming together like a big Lego piece. Just laid out the two, what would you call these? Like the hub assembly? I don't know. And got this lower control arm here to bolt in, just there and there. And same on the other side. And then, yeah, start putting all the pieces in. See if I can fit the diff in there first, actually. I don't know. I'm just going to lay it out and figure out how it all goes back together. And then there's a bunch of arms that go in here that are the adjustable camber arms, which is pretty cool. Got the lockout bar on the rear. And then just got to find my bolts. I kind of just chucked all the bolts in that tub there, so it's going to be a little task. There's a few here that I know where they go, but those ones I've got to figure out. And then these brackets go on here somewhere, up in the car. Alrighty, got the diff in, got the drive shaft, or half shaft, whatever you want to call it, connected on this side, and I chucked on the Gktech arm. So this is your camber arm, and that's your bloody, is it toe? I don't know. That's your other toe arm. And then I was like, where the hell does this last arm go, which is this one? It's like a traction rod or whatever. And with my lockout bar on this, there was these nubs on here. Don't know where that's gone. Oh, there it is there. So this was on there like a ball joint. And then my lockout bar, which is this one, connects onto the ball joint at both ends. And I was like, how the hell is this going to work? But luckily Tom was here, and he said, you cut these off, you press them out, and you put in other bushings. And then this bolts to here. Like it will eventually get bolt on there, and then you have a different style lockout bar that I have to get that I don't have. And it bolts into there, and then that's gonna look sick. It's gonna look a lot better than what was on there, and it'll be all nice and black. It's kind of, it would have been cool if the Gktech arms were like a different color, like gold. That would be sick. But it is what it is. I'm gonna do a time lapse on this side though. I was just doing that one to suss it out and figure out like what goes where and easiest way to do it. So time lapse on this side, ready, set, go. Well, that's pretty much the rear subframe all together with everything connected except for a couple of things that we're waiting. Obviously this, the rear lockout bar, and I forgot to mention, so what this is high-cas. SKYLINE's came out with high-cas. I can't actually remember, what does it stand for? Stands for handling in crap situations, I'm pretty sure. And basically it was just a bunch of garbage, and it made the rear wheels steer. So yeah, I don't know, it sounds like a good idea, but when you want to drift, it's not a good idea. So we get rid of that. First thing you do on a drift car is remove this. So to do that, you usually replace it, because it's normally a moving part in here. You replace it with a bar that locks it out, a lockout bar. So we've got to do that. That's what that is. But most people have heard of that before. If you haven't, there's heaps of information online. And then the other thing is the coilovers. I haven't put them on yet because they're going to get in the way when we try and press these out tomorrow. But I'm going to try and lift this up and put the two wheels on it so it can roll around, and then I can tighten up these bolts here so I can rotate it, and then it will be nice and easy to move around. I can move it wherever. And then obviously these arms here are all they're not set yet because I'm going to have to do a wheel alignment by eye with a string line and whatnot, and that'll get adjusted later. But yeah, look how freaking cool it looks. The black doesn't really show up that much on camera, but it does look pretty cool. Especially the dual caliper. Oh mate, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's get some wheels on. Let's get some dope ass wheels on it. Alright, so the wheels are on, and I've actually got some pretty exciting news for you guys. I have decided what wheels I'm going to be running on the R32. I've also decided the colour, which is a big secret, and I'm going to unveil that at a later stage. But these are the wheels I'm going to be running. The white Kawamis, same as the 180. Oh, I just love them, plus I got a spare set of them. I will be running other wheels, like similar spoke pattern, maybe like a rotor grid, or something like that, like a thicker, like a Gktech style, but they will be white. White's going to be the theme. As silly as that is for a drift car, white is going to be the theme. Look at the brakes though. Oh, yep, that is sick as a motherfucker. That's so bloody cool. Not even funny. Like, it's rotated down at the moment. That's going to actually be at the top. So let's just balance it for a sec. Alright, this is the sickest shit ever. This is so bloody cool. Like, the brakes look gangster as. Man, I'm happy with this, eh? I just love the white wheels as well. White on black with gold. Oh, god damn. The reason why I didn't paint the diff and the half shafts, and you can see them sticking out like balls right there, is because the half shafts quite often break, especially in a high powered drift car. So they're probably going to get swapped out. So no really any point in painting them. I could give them a quick spray, but I'm not too worried. It is under the car after all, and the diff is that diff there is just a welded diff. So I'm probably going to be looking for a two-way at some stage. So that's probably not going to stay in there. But now I'm just going to tighten these bolts up here, and then tomorrow we're going to press out those bloody bushings in the back there, suss out the lock bar, and put it in the back of the car. And then once that end is in, once the rear end's in, then I'm going to build the front in that's sitting here on the ground ready to go. And holy shit, it's going to be a rolling shell again. It's been a while, but super keen. Super keen. I've also got the Gktech weld-in K-frame brackets to go in here that are for an S13. Don't really fit, so I'm going to modify them a little bit and see if Hayden could weld those in, because they're like a really important structural strengthening kit that most people highly recommend. So I'm going to suss that out as well. But after that, it's pretty much like roll cage in, paint stage. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun coming up. It's another day. It's been raining all morning, which is nice because we haven't had rain in ages. Show you the progress of the ducks. Look how freaking big they are. It's only been a couple of weeks. I told you. They grow so fast. And then we got this pond thing going on. Zara's, holy shit, that's how much water we've had. It's like a lot. Got to dig out a hole and put this pond in the ground. And all the little chicks are getting bigger. Hey guys. How's it going? It's all still going good. And then these two fellas are getting bigger by the freaking minute. Yeah, let's go down the shed and see what we can attack today. Alrighty, so because Tom's bringing those bushings and the press to do that last lockout bar a little bit later today, because I'm having Tom, Ashley, Zach and Sarah over for a barbecue, so that'll be nice. And then when they're coming later on, he's going to bring that with him, so I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to leave that for a bit because obviously I can't do anything with it. I'm just going to sit that out of the way, and I'm going to try and tackle the front right now. The front, yeah, I tried to put it all together in one go like a special, but obviously that doesn't work, it's too flimsy. But since I've got it together like this, I'm gonna try and drag that end around and lower the car onto this and just bolt these 4 bolts in, and then these can hang down. It's just a matter of spinning it around the right position without dropping on the floor. But super exciting moment right now, because the hoist with this car, the R32, has been in this position for like, I don't even know, probably 2 months, 3 months, just sitting like that. So it's time to bring it down and bolt something to it. How freaking exciting. And we're gonna make it a rolling shell. Alright, so I got it into this position, and hopefully that's high enough off the ground so that I can lower this down and have enough clearance to like bolt it up. Or there's bolts in there just to put the nuts on there and nut it up. But you're not going to know until you have a go. I'm only doing it like this because I've already assembled it. If I had all the parts individually, I'd slowly bolt them up one by one. But yeah, I don't know. Let's have a go, see what happens. Whoa, it's on the ground for the first time in so long. I forgot these wheels even came with it. These are sick. Definitely going to be painting these white and running them on there. That's cool. Forgot those wheels existed. Been up in the air too long. So let's see if we can line this up and get it to bolt through. That would be nice if it does. Looks like it may. Also be interesting to see if this is going to line up or reach, because we've extended the bloody rack so far forward, but I'm sure there's some sort of way around that. Probably an extra spacer in here maybe with longer bolts, I don't know, but we'll suss that. Pretty exciting. You wouldn't believe it, I just lowered it down a little bit more and it went straight in the holes. Like, holy shit, that's sick. So I'm gonna put some nuts on there, probably lower it down a tad more, and then get some nuts on these threads and bolt it up. And then when I lift the car up, these will hang down, and actually while it's on the ground here like this, I might be able to install this bloody double wishbone thingy. That's going to be real shit. And the coilover. So let's do all this, and then when we lift it, it'll be all one piece. Whew. This is bloody coming together real well, isn't it? Man, it sucks that you're not allowed to play like good music on freaking YouTube videos. They just hate that sort of shit, which sucks. Anyway, that's why my music sucks on my videos. It's just non-copyright shit. I got this side done. Man, it's a bit of a muck around, eh? Like, this design with this double wishbone thing, far out, it sucks, eh? It sucks so bad, so I hope I don't have to play with it again. But since I figured out that side, now I'll show you this side so that I don't keep repeating myself and saying, oh no, hang on, no, you don't do it like that, you do it like this. So I should be able to smash this side out and actually show you with some confidence. But my tie rods, I have to suss out like the right length for them because they were just in the way, so I have to take that back off. But basically you want to get your jack underneath the lower control arm here and jack that up to give you some height, because you're going to be working here and you want the right distance, so you can adjust it with that. First things, you want to grab your J-arm, grab your coilover and put your coilover on the J-arm, slot the J-arm on top of here, and then figure out this bloody shit thing. So there's a little gap when you, first of all, actually these holes aren't big enough because the bolts that I used, I had to switch them around, use the wrong ends, and anyway it doesn't fit through this hole, so you may have to shave out this hole a little bit if yours is the same as mine, which doesn't say in the instruction video, but anyway, shave those out or buy different bolts that fit. Do that. Make sure your bolt fits, because I kept trying to jam it through like the whole assembly without like seeing if it fit through this hole first, and it fits most of the way and then gets stuck. I'll show you when I come to it. And then also there's some washers that go in here to close up the gap, and you also want to make sure the coilover is attached to the J-arm before you do this, otherwise I couldn't get it on, bloody thing. And that's about it. So let's nail this side and you can see how it all goes. So this is what I'm talking about with this bolt. So the first part fits through, but it's a bolt that actually gets thicker here, so it doesn't fit all the way. And I was trying to freaking get it in there and I was like, what the heck? And then I figured out, yeah, she doesn't fit. So I'm gonna drill that hole a tiny bit bigger first up, and then it should go in just. Also, I'm just gonna dint this out a little bit to give myself a tiny bit of extra room, because it's only just, and it's easy to smack that now with heaps of room in here. I should be like cutting, folding this shit up while I'm doing this as well, but I'm gonna put the wheel in there, see what sort of lock I get, and then mark it where it's touching, and then take the wheel back off and then fix that up, because that is annoying when you got clearance issues. I'm keeping the stock arches in this too, until it becomes a problem where I just don't have enough clearance, so we'll see how we go with that. But I'm gonna drill this hole out. Nick that hole a tiny bit bigger, and she fits through beautifully. Alright, so I got the coilover in. There's really no good camera angle for you to see this, but I'm just going to do it and then show you what it looks like afterwards, because yeah, it's pretty much just this angle. I can't strap the camera to my face, so I could, but I'm not going to. But yeah, I'll show you in a sec. Well, it's in there. Yeah, it's never a fun time, but it is in there. I couldn't fit the washers in the side, which means apparently the caster's going to be out a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. The bottom one of the coilover just slips on there, bolts in, and then a couple of bolts on top, and then that's done. Tighten this nut here, tighten this one, tighten that one. Mate, she's done. Next, I'm going to raise it up and put the caster on, which go from here to there. Got Gktech ones of them as well. I got to suss out some bolts for this to make that work. And yeah, the steering, the tie rods. Got to figure out what size spacer I need in there. Oh man, I'm getting shit done. It's freaking awesome. Alright, so now that that's all bolted in, we can lift the car up and not work on the floor anymore. I just had it down low so I could get the jack under there to help me lift it up. I could have had it up in the air and used the transmission jack, but I don't know, I just did it like this. Sweet, let's lift it up and work underneath the car. Holy shit, this is sick. I did notice that the steering column doesn't quite reach, so I have to put some sort of spacer in there to bring it forward more. And then once I get that on, then I can center the rack and then suss out this tie rod end here, what size I need to have on, and both tie rods, and figure out my lengths and shit. You know what I mean. But let's lift it up. Oh shit, boy, this is cool. And I've just got to figure out this setup, and then once that's sussed out, then I'll know how much lock I have. Man, I'm glad I didn't do a good job on these brakes, because they got cooked on the way on the install. I'm just going to touch that up with a bit of gold. You won't even see it. But next up, what I'm going to do is the Gktech caster arms, which push your wheel forward and back in the arch. I don't know exactly the whole technicality of it, but that's what I know what they do. And I know if you have it too far back, I think, and you're doing your drifting and your wheels are full lock and then it goes back to the other way, it'll bind and it won't go back on its own. You'll have to force the wheel to come back. So if you have the caster as far forward as you can, that'll spin back nice and freely. Pretty sure that's right. And depending on your guard though, so your guard's going to govern how far forward you can come. So ideally you want to set up your wheel alignment and build your guards around the wheel. That would be ideal. And you'd want to have the rim size that you want and build your guards last, but most people don't have that option and you just make it work with what you can. I'm going to grab the arms and suss out this bit. These are the Gktech caster arms, and they're high clearance, so they have like a bend in them so that your wheel comes in here at full lock. Your wheel comes in and you got all that clearance. Normally you'd have a straight bar going across here, so you got that much extra to play with, which is just huge. And these are super thick too, pretty tank. But let's see how they go. So I pretty much got as far as I could with this. I got to go buy some Allen head bolts to go up in here and bolt the control arm on, or not the control arm, bolt the lower control arm to the caster arm. So I need to get the bolts, and I also need to finish, I started putting in this solid mount in here. Oh mate, I'm coming in a second. I need to connect up this steering column so I can suss out my steering rack. Yeah, I got a couple of workers over there talking shit. Mate, better hurry up on that, eh? So I can suss out these, the lengths that I need here. And then the front end's pretty much done other than the brake lines. And a couple of little bits and pieces, like gotta suss them out. So moving on to the rear, we got Tom here and Xavier rise to slide. What's up? Tom's that busy he can't even look up at the camera. Nah, he's doing me a favor. He brought around this freaking gangster tool to push out the bloody high-cas bearings. I've opened that up the wrong way. But you can see the tool there. It's like this big thread that threads out and pushes them out, and then he's just slapped a new one in there.
Looks a lot better from the other side.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot more shinier.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that side.
Oh, nice. So yeah, he's whacked in this one, and then the lockout bar that Gktech sells, they sell two different types. One for the one with the ball joint, and then one with this type, and it's like a opening here, and it, yeah, it works. Oh no, wait, it's opening here, and it works with the, is it a traction rod?
So it's opening. So your usual high-cas will have your steering rack ends which run off the high-cas ball joints.
Yeah, that's the one.
So you have your standard ball joints that run in, and then it's a screw-in piece that goes into the standard high-cas bar.
Yeah.
Put in the lockout bar that retains those standard high-cas steering rack ends, and they wind back into the lock bar.
Yeah.
And what you've bought is adjustable rear toe arms, which don't work off the ball joint, so you have to push in a mount, and then you've got kind of like a C clamp C bracket that goes over the mount.
Yeah.
Same deal that runs to the bracket, and they're not interchangeable, so you have to either have a whole kit for a toe arm set, or you have to have just your lockout bar that'll suit those steering rack ends.
Yeah, sweet. So it would have been good to know that when I was doing my parts order, but like you figure things out as you go. So it's going to be the 3rd parts order from Gktech, without a sponsorship. No, but
won't be the last, mate.
Yeah, it'll happen a few more times. But that diff's looking more and more ugly every time I look at it. Just not painted.
I think it needs to be black.
Needs black.
Pink.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pink.
White.
White. It'll just get
Never
so.
paint anything.
It'll
on
get
your
so
car white.
dirty. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the wheels.
It's like those people that use white wheels. I don't get them, mate.
Yeah, they're a bit crazy.
Crazy people.
Well, when you know Code X, mate, you sorted. Code X will get these sorted real nice. Take the track car in to get detailed.
I don't know what detailing is. I don't understand that concept.
No, it's when you clean your car.
I've never had a car that's been painted with rattle cans.
Yeah, true.
I need the whole underside of my car cleaned, please.
Yeah.
It's all white.
Yeah. So yeah, Tom's gonna finish off these. He's working overtime on a Saturday today, but he's almost got that 32 done. How nice does that look with the freaking intercooler on it? No, the Mishimoto logo looks sick. M for motorsports. And yeah, it's getting exciting now. I'm gonna wrap it up here though. Gonna get the subframe in off camera, and then the next time you see it, it's gonna be a rolling shell. So super pumped to have it rolling again because it's been so long. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a long one. Thanks for sticking around. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, check out these boys' channels, and I'll see you on the next one.